Hello everyone, CMeeCraft here, and welcome to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. As far as I experience with these, Paradox strategy games, I've played a good amount of Europe Universalis. I've played Europe Universalis for quite a bit, and I've loaded up Hearts of Iron 4, messed around in a game as Venezuela for 2 hours to kind of acquaint myself with how the game works, all of the fundamentals. So I'm by no means an expert on this game, but let's see if we can do this. I am going to be taking on the role as the German Reich. So our leader is Adolf Hitler, our ideology is fascist, our government is totalitarian regime, we never have elections, and our ruling party is NSDAP. Okay. Alright, brief history. A new Germany has arisen. 3 years have passed since the Weimar Republic was dismantled and replaced by Hitler's Third Reich. Economic stability has returned after the trying years of the Great Depression, and mass unemployment has been dealt with. The military restrictions imposed on Germany by the Versailles Treaty are long forgotten, and Wehrmacht grows stronger by the day. Another Blitzkrieg is on the horizon. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, the German Reich. Okay, so we'll go on regular mode. Sure. I've played 2 hours of this game, but that's what we'll do. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's evaluate the situation. We're Germany. We're a fairly powerful country right here in Central Europe. And yeah, so let's look at our political power. We're getting 3 per day. And really, we need to figure out what's our plan here. We're going to want to probably try to expand into some of these smaller nations around us, all the while trying to do so without being so quick and stuff to get these larger nations into war, like the United Kingdom or France or the United States or the Soviet Union or something crazy like that. And we have to remember, this is World War II time period, so France and the UK are not just these small countries over here, along with a lot of these other European nations. I mean, France owns all this land here in Australia. The UK owns India, and a good part of Africa, not Australia. So yeah, also, we have insufficient resources. We don't... As Germany here, let's look at our resource map. I mean, we produce a good amount of steel, a good amount of aluminum. We don't really produce much in the way of oil. I don't think we produce any rubber. So and those are some resources that we're going to be trying to get in our early expansion here. Resources we'll hope to get. A big issue, though, is that frankly, the resources of oil and rubber are really not all that prevalent in Europe. I mean, they're really more in a lot of these other territories like the Middle East, or I think there's a lot of rubber in like South America and stuff. And of course, as Germany, given how we don't have hundreds of years of colonizing the rest of the world, we don't have access to all the wealth that that a colonial empire would provide. So yeah, it's tough for us. And really, we're going to need to figure out, because if we get into war, we won't be able to trade with a lot of people we might want to trade with. So that's a thing to be concerned about. But yeah, we've got 1.31 million manpower, and that is at limited conscription, so that could easily rise when we actually get into war. But yeah, the year is 1936. We're leading up to World War II here. And so what are our goals here? What countries might we take on? The Netherlands could be a possible target because they're a very small nation here in Europe. We could probably easily overpower them if they don't join some kind of alliance. But also there may be opportunity for us to take some of their colonial wealth. Like their territory there in South America, and then this whole thing is owned by the Netherlands over here. So and that's a bunch of rubber, some oil there, so the Netherlands could be a prime target. If we can trounce the Netherlands back in Europe, then we may be able to claim a lot of this territory in like in the East Indies. So yeah, that's where we stand at the moment. And of course, as far as diplomacy goes, we are the sole nation in the Axis at this point. The Allies already has the UK, South Africa, New Zealand, Canada, British Raj, and Australia. Luckily not the United States at this point, or the Soviet Union. And ideally we'll want to keep them out of that, but again, I've played 2 hours of this game so far. I'm not sure how possible of a goal that is. Then we've got the Comintern, which is Mongolia, the Soviet Union, and Tanatuva. Which, I mean, let's just not mess with the Soviet Union and stuff too much, and hopefully we'll be fine. So we're gonna start off here, but before we do any of this war stuff, we're going to need to build up infrastructure, build up armies, build up technologies. Okay, let's look at our national focus here. Okay, so we can get Reichstroba, which is infrastructure, which I think infrastructure is definitely what we want to start off with. We want to get a whole bunch of infrastructure, and then we can convert the infrastructure into war. So yeah, let's get that. Add maximum infrastructure in Brandenburg, Hanover, Thüringen, and Franken. Also, I'm going to completely butcher a bunch of these names. Please don't hold it against me too much. As far as research goes, we have 4 slots, so that's nice. That's nice. When I was playing as Venezuela, we only had 2 slots, and we didn't start with nearly as many techs already researched. So this is great. Again, we're probably going to focus our early research on industry and engineering and all of that good stuff. So we'll get some, let's see. Production efficiency, that's good. I think we want that. On the engineering side, we can delve into or atomic research, but not yet. We'll get some electronic mechanical engineering, and that'll help research stuff quicker, which is great. And of course, we can't get this stuff until after we've gotten that. So that frees us up to do some other research. Now, as Germany here, so we are very much a land-based power. We aren't like the UK or France, where we have colonies all over the world and would need a strong navy and stuff to get it, to, you know, keep our country safe here. So we're probably going to mostly focus on the army in terms of our technology here. So, let's see. Infantry. It's currently 38. Let's get support weapons. And I think we have weapons 1. Yeah, that's researched. Let's see. Again, we're completely in time as far as tanks go. That's great. What have we here? Military police. What does this do? Manpower, training time, recovery rates, plot use. What about this? A maintenance company. Okay. Field hospitals? That seems like a good idea. Let's research field hospitals. Yeah. There we go. So that's our research going forward. Hopefully I chose some good stuff to start researching. We have free civilian factories, free military factories, free dockyards, no divisions in basic training, and insufficient resources. So we need 13 more oil and 5 more rubber. So let's see. We're going to need some oil. Now we may want to get oil from country. I'm not sure if this is how it works, but we'll probably want to trade with countries that we intend to be friendlier with. Or even maybe countries that are perhaps likely to be neutral in any conflicts that involves us. So Iran could be a good country for us to get oil from, potentially. Because, I mean, our ambitions aren't going to include Iran for a long time to come. So yeah, let's get some oil from Iran. Okay. We're going to need more than that. Let's just lock in. Let's lock in 32. Okay, good. And then rubber. Okay, so UK, Netherlands, Siam, British Raj, Brazil maybe, but that's not much. So rubber, yes, that's going to be a tough one for us. We'll trade with the UK for now. Let's get a bunch of rubber. 48, that's... Okay, 64 sounds great. Okay, and that should hopefully get us stocked for a little while. Okay, well... we don't have any units in training. Okay, so now let's move on to, getting some stuff under construction. So, civilian factories. We could probably use a few more. And then we'll want to get a bunch of military factories, too. Yeah, we'll get a good amount of civilian factories. And the civilian factories will help us build more buildings. So they're good to have, definitely. but it's the military factories that are going to be producing our units. We need synthetic refineries too. That is definitely something we need. Because we don't have a lot of these resources naturally. So let's get on that as quickly as possible. If trade breaks down, we want to be able to be as self-sufficient as possible. And given how getting lands from the Netherlands is not a guarantee at this point, that means, since at the moment, that means synthetics. Free dockyards. Okay. Oh my goodness, we have so many different things being made. We have destroyers, submarines, heavy cruisers. We don't have any battleships in production. I feel like those would probably be good. We do have the technology for battleships, right? I'd presume. Yeah, of course we do. What self-respecting nation wouldn't at this point in history? So yeah, as far as the dockyards, let's let's be building some battleships too. How many free naval dockyards? We have 10 naval dockyards. So, there we go. Oh wait, hold on. So that's 5, 3, 3. So actually this can only be... Okay. Alright. Still have free civilian factories. I'll get to that. Training! Oh my goodness. Cavalry, I honestly don't see how more cavalry is gonna help us. So let's go ahead and get a Panzer division. Here. Oh, where was I? Unfilled import requests. Oil from Iran. Okay, that... I'll get to that. Where was I? I was at recruit and deploy. Location, Frankfurt seems great. Right? There you go. Infantry is always important too. Let's get some infantry set up. And those will have to be somewhere out Hanover. SS, that's something. What's this division? What are you? Mountaineers. That'll be important if we ever want to invade the Alps or something. Okay, let's just play and get the ball rolling now. Oh, wait, forgot. Okay, we need to figure out what are we doing with political power. But you have +2 per day. So one thing we can do with political power is we can boost party popularity. So it may be prudent of us to try to boost the popularity of our party in countries that may want to flip to our side, perhaps. Although I believe it would be ideal in countries that actually have elections. Romania might be a... Maybe we want Romania. They have elections, and they already have a good amount of fascists here. So let's... What else? Or Poland, perhaps? I don't know. It just kind of... Oh, Poland doesn't have elections. So let's see if we can sway Romania to the fascist party. Let us boost the Garda de Fier party in Romania. Oh man. Alright, so let's speed up a bit, I guess. And justify a war goal against the Netherlands.